Chapter 3 Mount Fuji, Japan. Nellie Gomez, Amy and Dan's legal guardian, angled the phone away from her chin. "Amy's not picking up," she told her boyfriend, Sami Morad. With her free hand, she slid a lock of hair away from her face, then tucked the shock of color behind her right ear. Outside the window of the little Japanese restaurant, Mount Fuji was a nearly perfect, snow-tipped cone. The smell of Ika yakisoba, fried noodles with squid, made Nellie's stomach growl. It sounded as delicious to her as it smelled, but they'd placed an order for grilled cheese sandwiches to go. And go we must. Nellie only hoped her gut instinct was right. Summiting Mount Fuji this time of year was beyond risky, but that was exactly what they aimed to do. The Cahill kids had stopped the Outcast's first disaster, but they hadn't been successful twice. The Outcast had crashed an airship, and 36 people had gone down with it. When images of the victims had flashed on every single media outlet, Nellie had recognized some of their faces. Many of those who'd perished had been influential leaders of the Lucian branch of the Cahill family. The first disaster had been an embarrassment for the Janus branch. It wasn't hard to connect the dots. The Outcast was targeting the 4 Cahill family branches, and that meant the next attack would most likely be on the Thomas or the Ekaterinas. She needed to be at the place he didn't want them looking. If Nellie was right, that place was deep inside the heart of Mount Fuji, at the Thomas branch stronghold. "It's about 4.5 degrees Celsius outside," Sami said, interrupting her thoughts. He was gazing out the window at a round, clock-shaped thermometer with a single black hand. "That's 40 degrees Fahrenheit for us, a near-record high for Mount Fuji this time of year."
"Well, that at least is good news," Nellie said, clicking off her phone and slipping it back into her pack.
The warmer temps didn't guarantee ideal conditions for their hike, but they did mean that she and Sami would stand a better chance of not freezing to death. She hadn't anticipated how much of the mountain, and even the area around the base, would be closed. Thankfully, this quaint cafe was open year-round. Now they just needed their sandwiches, so they could get on their way. As if on cue, the restaurant owner popped out of the kitchen. Owner might have been a little limiting in scope. The restaurateur seemed to be the owner, cook, and service staff all in one. Smiling broadly, he set down a greasy paper sack in the center of their table.
"Should have come 2 weeks ago," the man said. "See cherry blossoms."
Nellie returned his smile.
"Thank you for the sandwiches."
Even to a picky palate such as hers, warm, melted cheddar cheese and toasted white bread always tasted good. Too bad the sandwiches would be cold by the time they ate them.
"Now blossom's gone, business slow. Won't pick up till snow melts from peak. Then hikers come back."
"That's what we're doing," Sami said, "hiking to the summit." Nellie kicked him beneath the table, but the damage was already done. As Sami bent over to rub his shin, she searched the restaurant owner's face. He didn't have an outcast turncoat look about him. There were laugh lines around his mouth and kindness in the wrinkled folds encircling his dark eyes. There was also concern and what Nellie perceived as fear for her and Sami's well-being. Maybe Sami's slip-up hadn't done any harm after all. As the man gave a polite bow and backed away from the table, Nellie heard him whisper under his breath,
"Avalanche season."
Then, even quieter,
"Cho Beriba."
"Avalanches? Cho Beriba?" Sami asked as soon as the old man was out of earshot. Nellie was well-versed in several foreign languages, although her Japanese was rusty.
"The avalanche risk is high right now, and Cho Beriba is slang. It means very bad, I think. No, not very bad. Extraordinarily bad. I'm pretty sure he thinks climbing Mount Fuji is a rotten idea. At least it is this time of year."
Sami whipped out his own phone and began researching the treacherous trek ahead of them. The resting huts and facilities on the way to the